All right, welcome back, you crazy four-wheel drive loving people. Why am I here standing next to you, Amy, today? Tell me why.
This is BAW 200 Part 2. If you have not watched Part 1, go up to here.
Click the link, it'll take you back to obviously why we're standing here today. But the biggest reason is we're going to go over Amy's car. This is her 200 series. What actual badge is it? I'm trying to think of the word of what it actually was.
It's a Toyota Land Cruiser 200 Series GXL.
GXL. Why'd you choose a GXL, Amy? Tell me why.
Because they're so much more fun to mod.
Main reason being just that?
That's the only reason. Like, seriously, why would you spend an extra $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 for a sunroof that I'm not going to use, for a stereo system that I can't change, for heated seats that I'm never going to use, or all of those sort of things? And KDS-S was not something that I wanted.
Very true, something I didn't want either. So that's probably a reason into why we did the GXL. Not to say that the VX or the Saharas are bad, they're not.
All right for me.
That's right, exactly. So for us, this was the platform that we wanted to run with. All right, so tell me why you bought a 200 series when the 300 was basically almost here.
Well, the almost kept being longer and longer. So I ordered this in, what year are we in?
It's 2022 at the moment.
So I ordered this in September of 2020. That's right, yes?
Correct, yes. Yes.
Because the 300 was getting delayed, it was getting delayed. So this was really the last batch of 200 series. And if you know anything about the aftermarket industry, it does take a while for the accessories to catch up to the new models that are on the market. We don't make anything yet. And I say yet because we do want to do that one day. So I was quite aware of the new vehicle, the new BAW vehicle had to be able to be modded. And if the 300 comes out, it's going to be a while until there's anything to do to it.
Very true, because as you would probably know, there's definitely a lot of options on the 200 series. Still is. I mean, it's obviously getting harder and harder to get a new one. There's a few out there, I think, but definitely a reason why we chose to jump on this space rather than wait for the 300 to come. There's probably a bigger reason why you wanted to jump into something now, though. Probably three big reasons.
Yeah, their names are Saf, Ottilie and Ida.
So we've got three kids, if you didn't know, and a 70 series Land Cruiser is not the most perfect thing for a family of five. The back seat does get quite crammed, and that's kind of how we put ourselves into something like this. But also considering that, you know, we obviously wanted to promote our brand as well and show you guys what it actually takes to put something like this together, to not only be a mum's taxi, but pretty much a weekend warrior and a full-time tourer, as you might see behind us. So the van is definitely something that Ames and I are looking forward to. This is a good friend of ours, but we are getting something very similar very soon. And that was another reason why said vehicle has become a part of our fleet.
So Brent always starts at the start, the front of the vehicle. So I thought we would start there. So the first thing that you might notice on this GXL 200 series is the bonnet. It is not a typical bonnet. It is actually a bonnet graft between a 79 series bonnet and a 200 series bonnet. You cut the two in half, you put them together, they do some amazing fabrication and
hot glue sticks.
A little bit better than hot glue sticks, and voila, this is what you get. This is made by ASG in Toowoomba. It is their creation. We're very lucky to have one of these on our vehicle. It makes it stand out and makes people wonder what model it is. So going on to the colour, if you have not watched the video on when I went up to ASG in Toowoomba about the colour, Fred's going to put it up right here, because it was not meant to be the same colour as our 79, but it is. It is technically called Terrain Khaki Metallic, but it is Nori green. It's just a colour by a different name.
The paint code's the same, isn't
The
it?
paint code is the same. The whole story's in the video that Fred's going to link up here, because it's a bit of a funny story. We did opt to paint the vehicle because we were already had to paint the bonnet, had to paint the doors, had to paint the rear because it's been chopped. So we're pretty happy that we have a fleet of green Land Cruisers. Moving on to the bar. This is a bar from our friends at Jungle 4x4 who are based in Victoria. This was the first 200 series bar. You will be able to see it on the Jungle 4x4 stand at the 4-wheel drive show. Or you did, depending on when this video comes out. On both of our vehicles, you see that we're running X-ray vision lighting. There is X-ray vision lighting in the bar and on the roof rack as well. X-ray vision does not come with custom BAW green. That is something that my wonderful husband did for me. It's a very expensive mod, so if you want it done, don't be surprised about the bill you get. Next, Factor 55 Ultra Hook in green with a green winch rope on my carbon 12,000 pound winch. The green started by accident, but I'm kind of slightly obsessed.
Yeah.
Yes.
What about the paints? What's happened here?
Chrome delete. Matheson Street Paint and Panel did the chrome delete on the 200. We've also matched the badge to the vehicle as well. I don't know whether, Fred, you can get down and see the bash plate down underneath there. That is done by our friends at Custom Off-Road. He makes them for us. Thank you very much, Simon. You can only get BAW bash plates
From
BAW, funnily enough. That was rather stupid, but you get my drift. In our vehicle, just like you see on most of our YouTube videos, we use Safari RMAX ECU packaging. So included in a 200 series RMAX package is the snorkel and the ECU, unlike a 70 series that we don't have to redo the clutch. So the ECU is just in here. You have 5 different maps that you can select for different varying towing, standard, sport, blah, 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 blah.
traction assist and factory as well. Factory setting.
Why would you want to run it on factory?
That's an option. That's what they have on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But in addition to this, we have upgraded both the airbox and we have added thermo fans from PWR. This airbox is designed by Fats Fabrication in Rockhampton, and they very kindly put our logo in it. But we are very happy with working with them.
Definitely. Great thing about the fans, guys, is that it obviously keeps your intake temps down, which is better.
Talking about temperatures.
Temperatures? Yes.
There's also something else that you can't see, but it is there.
Well, in behind the grille, we also have a transcooler for the auto as well. That way we're keeping all of our temperatures down as much as we can.
With any build in our workshop, it is always a work in progress. So we started with a typical calcium under-bonnet dual battery system. We sell these every day of the week. So this is a 95 amp hour calcium battery from our friends at Invicta Batteries from the Powersonic range. That includes a Red Arc BC DC charger, and then we also do a jump start feature. So that's where it started. But then now there is a Invicta hybrid starter battery. So that kind of is going to come out. We just haven't done it yet before we filmed this video.
I'm getting there. Almost.
So this one is going to replace that calcium battery, so we only are going to have one under the bonnet. There is probably quite a few advantages to doing that. Main reason being you lose about 30 kilos?
Yes.
26 kilos?
Well, that battery over there will weigh
I can barely lift it.
Yes, it'll weigh about 25 to 30 kilos depending on brand and all that. Whereas this one only weighs 10.5 kilos.
So I'm basically losing 2 children.
Yeah, off the front of the car, which is great.
We have a pre-line filter. Why do you use a pre-line filter rather than a post-filter, Brent?
Oh, we love to keep the genuine filter as the last line of defense before the engine. That way we're not interfering with anything after that sensor or anything like that that's in those filters. So the pre-line is definitely the way you want to go. The systems that we use from Direction Plus do have a alert system that comes with it as well, so that includes a light and a buzzer that goes inside the vehicle. So if you do get any water in there, it'll let you know about it.
Next, we are going to talk about our Clearview family. We are very proud to be a member of the Clearview family. Uncle Mike was very kind and sold to us when we were in our driveway a few of many. So we have a special place in our hearts for Clearview. We have the Clearview next gen mirrors on our vehicle. They are a little bit slimmer than you see the traditional original style of mirror. They do maintain all the functions. So if you have factory features like lane change assist and cameras, that is going to maintain that within a Clearview mirror as well. So then if you open the door for me, Brent, I have Clearview power boards. My children love this so much because they can actually get into the car as opposed to performing high jump like they do in the 79. They do have replacement parts. So you're going to say, how do they perform off-road? All for adventure use them and they still work. So do you really need to know more than that? But you can replace that whole step. It comes apart from the mechanism. So if you were to be unlucky and get caught up on a rock, it doesn't mean you have to replace the whole step. Well done, Uncle Mike, they're pretty awesome. Moving on to the rack, we have a Pioneer platform with backbone. This has had to be custom modded to suit the ASG chop. They have worked that out, so they did that for us. On top of that, you will see a buggy whip. So that is basically a really, really fancy sand flag for when I actually use the car, other than just taking the children to school.
Yes.
The UHF antenna is the one that you can see closest to me. It's on a folding down bracket, so when I'm using it for a mum's taxi, it doesn't look like that. On the other side, that is a self-eye glow antenna. I do also have solar, as Brent has just told me. Brent?
150 watts on the roof rack.
And X-ray vision with custom BAW green, as you can see there. So we have a Land Cruiser that has been chopped and had a dual cab conversion. As you can see here, it was done by our friends at ASG in Toowoomba. This is what they call a midi chop, midi extension. So that means that there is a 350mm extension, not the traditional 650 that you see in the marketplace, because we wanted it to be still usable. In saying that though, I really dislike parking this car.
I was going to say, is it still usable, Amy?
Not really. I would rather take my mum's RAV than take this to the shops.
Yes, but the idea behind the size of the vehicle is that it's not 650 long, so if you do need to use it as a daily, and we don't run the tent all the time on the vehicle, so Ames can obviously take it to the shops. That's the reason.
It doesn't go well at the shops, but I don't like the shops, so it's not really a big deal.
But that's the reason why we went with the MIDI system. The 350 just seemed that it was going to fit what we needed a lot more than the big 650, and it's ticking all the boxes so far.
So with that, what GBM do we have?
Okay, so with this system here, we do get a 4200 GBM, which does maintain our brake toe through ASG's second stage manufacturing setup that comes with the vehicle. We've opted for their premium setup, which is the King setup on this car. And then basically that was pretty much it from those guys once we had it chopped and painted. Mm-hmm. It kind of came back to us after that, and then we pretty much registered the vehicle from there. But what happened after that?
Then we went to the four-wheel drive show.
We did, with half a car basically.
Half a car. We were trying to get the car ready to this level, so in 2021, but that didn't happen. So you would have seen it maybe last year, but it will be finished at this year's four-wheel drive show.
Correct.
So after we have registered the vehicle, you are a little bit pedantic with these things, hence why you are an expert in the four-wheel drive industry, my love.
Oh, thanks.
So what extra bits did you and Warnie come up with that make this ride so much better now?
Oh, okay. We simply just added a few more adjustable components. So I did do the upper trailing and lower trailing arms in the rear with an adjustable panhard as well. So that's all adjustable now, just so we can obviously get our pinion angles exactly where we want them, all that type of thing. And we did little things like, in-cab air controls with the airbags, little bits and pieces like that that are underneath the car that help us adjust it. Our upper control arms in the front, Amy obviously had to have them BAW green, so that had to happen as well. Exactly. Yes, obviously. So those were a few things that happened under the vehicle, but there's a couple other things. What else did you want to mention that we put on once we got it back?
The tyres. So I choose to run a Yokohama XAT. It's in a 285 70/17. Sorry, had a brain fart there for a second. The wheels actually, I have a love-hate.
Super controversial.
Super controversial. I have a love-hate relationship with them.
Nobody likes them. I don't think anybody likes them.
But no one has them.
Exactly. That's why.
Hence why I chose them. But they've been discontinued now. So it's a little bit funny.
Them though, can't you?
You
They've
still
got
can
a few
get them.
left. They've got a few left, so if you're digging them, let us know. Get
I
some
think it-
snipers. Are they snipers?
They are snipers.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. They've grown on me over the whole time. I
Yeah.
think I chose them, didn't I?
no, it was me.
Oh,
I literally just went
Oh,
through
yes,
the
you
list
did.
of ROH rims and was like, I've never seen those before, so that's
Yep.
what I'm choosing.
Yep.
So underneath also we have a Talkit exhaust that is being custom designed by them for us and ASG to suit the extension.
Yep.
And we have a Brown and Davis tank. So I have how much fuel, Brent?
It's just under 3 litres, 280 or
3 litres of fuel.
Did I say 3?
Yeah.
300 litres of diesel. It's like 285 or 290.
When am I ever going to need that much diesel?
Look, you will need that much diesel when you're towing something like this and you want to get somewhere in a hurry. So that's when you'll need it.
Right. And how many inches of lift is this vehicle, Brent?
It is just a normal 2-inch lift on the vehicle. That's obviously part of the suspension system that we did through ASG as well.
So before we let go, one other thing I wanted to mention that is going to be back on the website very soon, Fred's been working on it quite hard, is our BAW mud flaps. You can purchase them, so you don't need to just build a vehicle through us, you can purchase them. What else is on the back of the vehicle that you wanted to mention?
Just as we were talking about GVM and the stretch and all that, so basically they stretch the vehicle halfway up it really. So as you can see on the rear, it's kind of normal 200 series looking chassis because it is. And then we run the way safe drop hitch as well, which kind of works between this car and the 70 because it is fully adjustable. So that definitely helps out with anything towing wise. And then we've just got, your normal 12-pin plug and an Anderson plug down at the back there. I've got manual air up and down, just in case something happens with the electronics on the bag system. So that's taking care of all of our towing.
Tow Pro as well.
Yes, Tow Pro to that 12-pin plug. So that's kind of taking care of everything weight-wise in the vehicle. And that's basically it for that.
So we are going to ask you to like and subscribe to the channel and wait for episode 3, and we will run through
Everything Boss Aluminium.
everything Boss Aluminium.
Let's do it.